So I spoke about it briefly. Sean Strickland going mainstream has just created the worst responses I've ever seen. And I'm going to react to one of these, which was from a Canadian award winning journalist, apparently, called Rachel Gilmore. I've never heard of Rachel Gilmore. I'm not Canadian. So maybe, she has 64,000 followers. So maybe she's a big deal. I'm not quite sure. Uh, yeah, I've never heard of this woman in my life. So I don't know if you're Canadian, you can let me know if she's a big deal in Canada or something like that. She has a YouTube. She, she has a link tree. Sorry, on her Twitter. So I'm just checking if there's like any. Eat shit. She's barely. She's barely got more subscribers than me, and she's an award-winning journalist. Like, come on, guys. She has 853 subscribers. We can beat her. Come on, guys. Let's get me some more subscribers here. Let me just get that out of the way. Uh, Absolutely embarrassing. You're an award-winning journalist, and you're being beat by some guy in his room in subscribers almost. I've got more subscribers, and I'm just a fucking guy in his room. That's crazy to me. But anyway, sorry. Let's go on to the video she made, so you guys understand why I'm making this video. Okay.
Sean Strickland.
So here we go.
A professional athlete just said some of the most disgusting anti-gay, anti-trans bullshit I have ever heard. And so far, he has faced zero consequences. Like, his big money-making event is still set to take place, still at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, and it's still in 2 days. So, TikTok, it might be time to do your thing. Let me tell you why. This human thumb, Sean Strickland, yeah, the guy in the Women Belong...
That is so cringe, by the way. TikTok, do your thing. Like, fuck off. What the fuck do you think this is? Like, this is the UFC. Nobody fucking cares about this shit, man. TikTok, do your thing. I don't think TikTok has the power to cancel the UFC. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think this is gonna work, Rachel Gilmore. You quite frankly do not know anything about the UFC or combat sports. But anyway, let's continue.
It might be time to do your thing. Let me tell you why. This human thumb, Sean Strickland, yeah, the guy in the Women Belong in the Kitchen t-shirt, so original. He is an MMA fighter. And yesterday, MMA journalist Alexander Lee asked him...
He's not just an MMA fighter, he's actually the UFC champion. You've got to mention that little detail. But anyway, go on.
Disgusting comments he had made in the past about the LGBTQ community. Specifically that time that Strickland said if he had a gay son, it would mean he failed as a man. This seems like a guy who's super secure in his masculinity.
He fights in a cage.
Anyways, before Lee could even finish his question, Strickland launched into a gnarly tirade. Here's a tip.
Radical dude, gnarly. Why the fuck would you refer to it as fucking gnarly? That's a bit odd, right? Like, to say you're talking shit about, it was a gnarly fucking tirade, dude. Like, it sounds like something a surfer would say. But anyway, sorry, I'm nitpicking now.
Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, he had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem.
Oh, but he didn't stop there. He also went on to attack the trans community.
10 years ago, to be trans was a mental fucking illness. And now all this...
I want to mention one thing. For some reason, she has trans spelled TR4NS. Why the fuck has she done that? Trans isn't like a fucking slur. So that's a little bit weird she did that. Did she do that for the gays? She also, for gay, she put a 4 next to A. Why? I don't think gay and trans are bad words. But anyway...
Going on. Trans was a mental fucking illness. And now all of a sudden, people like you have fucking weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection. You are the definition of weakness. You're right. Fucking chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are 2 genders.
His comments were then praised on far-right messaging boards, where they said things like, absolutely savage. And I love this man, because there's nothing ballsier than attacking vulnerable, marginalized communities. Now...
I mean, it's 2024. in the West, gays and transgenders aren't really marginalized. Maybe if this was in like, Syria or Afghanistan, yeah, I would understand her calling them marginalized. But I'd say I think we've come a very far way since like the 1950s. But anyway, obviously there is still prejudice against LGBTQ people, but like it's not really as bad anymore, is it? They're like it's just not as bad, is it?
That is brave. Beyond a handful of articles and some mixed commentary online, this dude has emerged from this totally unscathed. And my question about that is, what message are we sending to the trans community? What message does it send to the gay community? What message does
Why does she say it like that? Wait, hold on. Let me just go back.
this community?
Community. Like, is she a fucking surfer? Is she a fucking gnarly community? Then what are you doing? What type of message you sending to the gay community? Why is she saying it like that, man? Just talk normal. Sorry, I'm nitpicking. Really, I'm not. I'm just saying it annoys me. It really fucking irks me a little bit. Like,
does it send to the gay community? What message
the gay community. Gnarly. What type of gnarly tirade does this send to the gay community?
does it send to the far-right trans folks who are cheering this on and watching Scotiabank Arena welcome this human pimple with open arms? Is Toronto actually okay with this? My money's on no, so if you agree, I'd recommend you get loud about it. Because, call me crazy, I'm not cool with standing by while this chicken shit little bitch punches down. What do you think?
I will tell you what I think. I don't think.
Arms. Is Toronto actually okay
I
with
don't
this?
think
Standing
Sean Strickland is someone you can call a chicken shit little bitch who punches down. Sean Strickland is a fucking good fighter. Whatever you fucking think about the guy, you cannot talk shit about the guy's fighting abilities. He's the UFC middleweight fucking champion. He just went out there and beat the shit out of Israel Adesanya. Like, bro, what are you even talking about, Rachel Gilmore? Like, Rachel Gilmore's the type of chick to have, a boyfriend or something like that and say, my boyfriend would totally kick your ass, like to Sean Strickland. She would say that to Sean Strickland, and she, you might be an MMA fighter, you're UFC, but my boyfriend's a bodybuilder. Like, she doesn't know anything about fighting. She doesn't know anything about fighting. Just stay the fuck out of fighting, please, Rachel Gilmore. If you're an award-winning journalist, what work are you doing? Nuisance to Menwood columns, lightning rod to Menwood podcast. What does she do? I've never heard of you before, Rachel Gilmore. I don't understand this. This is just really odd to me. I'm going through her stuff. There's nothing that really stands out here. I don't know why she's an award-winning journalist. I don't know. Maybe standards in Canada are just gotten that low. Let's see. What are her thoughts on Trudeau? Maybe I'm not spelling the bloke's name right. Oh, never mind. Let's look up Biden. That'll be better. Like, yeah, she what the fuck? Why does she have so many? Why do you keep doing stuff that look like, who are you? Why do you keep doing stuff that looks like amateur news report? Who are you? I don't see a check mark next to your name. Yeah, everyone just seems to be shitting on her for every post. So I don't know how she's an award-winning journalist, is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into the whole politics or anything there. I was just checking, what her political reports are, and even then it seems like she's amateurish. Like, saying TikTok, do your thing, is so cringe. Like, that is just so cringe. Like, the UFC don't give into cancel culture. They're not going to cancel the first pay-per-view title fight main event this year because of fucking Alexander K. Lee, who, I don't think I mentioned this actually. I got a fucking bone to pick with this bloke. So, this is just to go back onto him because he's on my fucking enemies list now. He put out a tweet saying, I've received so many amazing and positive messages since yesterday's media day. I am grateful. Most importantly, I've heard from people in the LGBTQ plus communities who don't have a platform to share their thoughts and concerns. These are the voices we need to listen to and amplify. Alexander K. Lee, it's not fucking 1950. The gay community, the bisexual community, the queer community, the trans community, they have a fucking voice. They could just make a Twitter account, a TikTok account. They can get their voice out there. They're actually a very loud vocal minority. So to say that they don't have a voice, you're not winning any points here, pal. Nobody's gonna fucking shag you for this, okay? I know that's why Alexander Cayley's doing this. He's an ally for the community. He's just trying to fucking rouse someone. He's trying to, I don't know what he's, he's trying to get brownie points here. It's not gonna fucking work. Like, this is ridiculous. It's so stupid. Like, it's not 1950. Gay people have a voice. They have a very large vocal voice. Go through TikTok. There is a massive gay community on there who's got a voice. They don't need fucking Alexander K. Lee fucking speaking for them. This fucking guy isn't gonna be fucking the voice for the fucking voiceless. You're not some fucking sort of. Oh, sorry, I should turn the brightness down. That works better. You're not a fucking badass, pal. Alexander Cayley. You're not saving anybody. And you're not protecting communities. You're not doing anything different. You asked Sean Strickland a question that did more harm to the fucking LGBTQ community. If you didn't ask that, he wouldn't have gone on a tirade that a bunch of people would have agreed with. You created that little bomb. You caused the butterfly effect that has caused this whole fucking shitstorm. To act like you've done some great fucking, cardinal some cardinal fucking victory here, like, you're gonna get knighted or fucking canonized here because of it. You didn't fucking do anything that great. Now, I want to also make another point, which is about Rachel Gilmore. How she said, she's trying to cancel the fight, trying to get the Scotiabank Arena to cancel this fight. It's so fucking ridiculous. They're fighters. I put out a tweet. He's not a politician. Who gives a shit what Sean Strickland says? Don't like what he says? Root for him to get KO'd. It's that fucking simple, Rachel Gilmore. You don't like it? You can watch him lose to Dricus du Plessis. You can root for Dricus du Plessis to beat the shit out of him. Why don't you just do that? That makes the most sense, right? Instead of trying to get it cancelled, why don't you just root for him to get harm beaten upon him in a cage fight, in a sanctioned fight? Does it not make more sense? Miss Award-winning journalist. Now, Rachel Gilmore, please don't ever talk about combat sports. I get it, you're an award-winning journalist, but just sports journalism isn't your thing. MMA journalism isn't your thing. Just stay out of MMA journalism. Stay out of MMA. You don't know what you're talking about. You're cringe, okay, Rachel Gilmore. You're very cringe. Now, I don't want to shit on your award-winning journalist career. I don't know. You might be a really good journalist when it comes to other matters. I did see you put out some stuff about Palestine, so respect to that. But aside of that, I don't really. Even then, I don't think you're out going to Gaza or Israel or anything and going out there and interviewing people on the battlefields or anything like that. So maybe you just need to focus on some more, I don't know, other topics. Go focus on Palestine, or go focus on what's going on in Pakistan and Iran right now. Talk about that. I don't see a single tweet of her talking about anything related to Pakistan or Iran right now. You're an award-winning journalist. Why are you not talking about that? That's a big issue right now. And I don't see a single tweet of her talking about this. Instead, she's talking about a sport she knows nothing about, trying to get the main event fight cancelled. Just root for Sean Strickland to lose, and please, respectfully, shut the fuck up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a like. If you do like this video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Let's try and beat Rachel Gilmore's subscriber count. She has 853. Come on, we can make that. Come on, we're in reach. Come on, let's just get past Rachel Gilmore's subscriber count. Come on, guys, we can do it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. And yeah, let's keep this shit out of mixed martial arts, please. Every other sport's getting ruined, but just fuck off with this bullshit. I don't agree with everything Sean Strickland says. I'll say it a million times, but freedom of speech exists. Just let the fight happen. If he loses, then be happy. You can post him KO'd out on the fucking canvas, or choked out, or you can call him a bitch if he loses. I don't give a shit. Just don't try and get the fight cancelled, because this is combat sports. They literally fight in a fucking cage. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Goodbye.